So I'm gonna be real with that, yo. My brother passing is what had really like shake up my whole world. So
Right.
my youngest brother, R.I.P. Asa,
R.I.P. Son.
he had died of Crohn's. And if you know about Crohn's is a disease that they don't have a cure to because everybody version of Crohn's is different.
Different.
Right.
You check, but it's an immune deficiency type situation. So we are getting a fight when I was home visiting for Christmas, and he basically had, he just I get big, and me and like I was big then. You check,
Yeah.
and he be like, "You can't tell me what to do, cause you ain't even around this kind of vibe." And I was like, "He right, because dog, when I was in the military, Thanksgiving, Christmas, any holiday you think of, I was working.
Yeah.
I was working. I was a helicopter mechanic, so
Yeah.
I fly across America probably like over 20 times in a
Yeah.
helicopter. You know what I mean? Back and forth. So it's like my job was very like from 5 in the morning to 5, maybe 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
That was like my regular work schedule. And in the military, they ain't no overtime.
Yeah, no.
You getting paid extra.
You getting paid on the first of the month. Like the man who was in the office for an hour, you getting the same pay as he.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So between like missing out on family and then just like me as a person, like I was just missing out on so much. Like I remember one time I come home and this is like one of the first times me and Swanks are really like vibes. This is back when those from St. Croix, like brew pub days where like on the boardwalk,
Yeah.
brew pub, like that was a lime on a Tuesday or on a Wednesday, I think it was. I can't remember. But ram out. And it wasn't like big band playing, it's just like a DJ.
Yeah.
But people just a lime. And I used to miss out on all them thing there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I was just like, man, the man offered me Hawaii when I come close to re-enlisting at my halfway.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we make you the staff NCO for, this detachment in Hawaii. And, you
Nice.
from an island, you going to love it. And I was just like, you know what, guys, I ain't going to lie to you. I probably would love it, But I'm missing out on so much.
yeah.
Right.
Cultural-wise,
Yeah.
family-wise,
Right.
all
Yeah.
of that. And then during that time, I would say like a year, like 2.5 years before I was getting to that point, was when we had start Cool Breeze. So I was doing some really legal stuff where I was like jumping on a plane on a Friday, going crush, which is outer bounds for some while, because you're only allowed to go like 200-300 miles away from your base.
Yeah.
I flying across the ocean to
Yeah.
St. Thomas, catching a red eye back on a Sunday to get to work by 5:30 for PT in the morning on a Monday. You know what I mean? I used to be doing them dummy type of heck. But that was my way of like getting closer with my brother Maestro. I got Maestro one time.
I dropped my shit.
A Plus was staying with me at that time too, from Rock. So it's just like me getting back into who I was as a person.
Yeah.
So that was like a good segue to like, this is kind of where life calling you. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, if I stayed in the military, financially I would have been good, career-wise I would have been good, but would I have been happy? Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't have been happy because, like you say, working for somebody, it's cool, it's safe,
Yeah, it's safe.
Yeah.
but the happiness
Yeah.
ain't there.
And it ain't
dog.
fulfilling. They don't fulfill.
It ain't. I ain't gonna lie to you. As crazy as toxic as this sounds, some of my happiest moments were when I was stressing on how I gonna pay my bills. Real talk, like
Yeah,
I
but
was
kind of
just
put you in a
creative.
mood. Yeah, put you in a
It'll
mood,
put-
bro.
I was creative,
It'll make you kick in a
dog.
gear. You know why it is? It'll make you kick into another gear that you even
You
know
done
that was
discover
there
yourself.
because like
Facts.
no, you ain't get no other choice.
Yes,
You ain't
dog.
get no safety net.
Yes.
So it's this or nothing.
And
So
you
I
like-
already picked this. So we gotta go. We gotta
They
figure
get
this
so
out.
creative that
What?
Yeah, and like when they walk, you'll be like, wow.
What the
Like
fuck,
yeah,
what?
they be excited. Like
So now, you know what I'll do for your confidence? You're like, wait, that they like that? That worked?
Yeah.
Okay, watch this.
I kid you not. I
Watch
kid you
this.
not. I remember the first time I make a check on a gig that was more than what I had making a month in the military. The man, I just started laughing. Real talk, I was by myself, I just started laughing. I was just
Yeah.
like, I can't believe. Like, I
Yeah.
know, like when people say things are like, okay, you could make $1 million. Like,
Yeah.
I know that's a possibility,
Possibility.
because somebody on this planet do
Gotta
it.
be done
But
before.
for you to do it,
Yeah.
it's like, what if?
Yeah.
You check?
Yeah. Nobody can't tell me nothing.
I was like, wow, this it's possible. So like that was like, to answer your question, what all of that was why I had make that transition into the civilian sector.
Yeah.
And just following the music route, because now I'm blessed enough, thank God, that I can do music full time, pay my bills, live comfortably, take care of my family, and just make people happy, because I in the business of just entertaining. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of money in it. But again, it goes back to what I was saying, in the sense that if you ain't willing to invest into this and take the losses and being in those spaces of being creative because you don't know how you're gonna pay your rent, then you're gonna see the fruits of this.
Of course.
You know what I mean? I ain't fully figured it out yet. I ain't touring the wall and that kind of thing, but I'm doing good enough to where
capacity,
it's like going back to the military and be a pay cut for me, if that makes sense.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. And the military, they pay good, so.
What make you say it do? They didn't pay me good. But they do. Yeah, steady all the line.
Why are you gay?
Well, you haven't been to your duty station long enough. You are gay.
Just need a big bag, I'ma get it so fast.